would have been different if I had my father. Things would have been better if I had someone to say, son, stop, don't do it that way. This is how it should be done, son. Growing up ain't easy. Carrying this pain in my soul. Sometimes I feel so empty. Yeah, I can't seem to fill this hole. I wanna know where's my father at. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, no, where's my father at? Why did he leave me all alone? Where's my father at? I know that there's a good reason, and I just wanna know. I need my dad. I need my dad. Oh, a part of me is missing. Ain't nothing like a father's love. A father's love. No, you can't replace it. You can't replace it. I need my dad. Oh, a part of me is missing. Ain't nothing like a father's love. A father's love. I cried all night, wondering what's going on. I'm missing all the memories of all the things we could have done. I wanna know, where's my father at? This ain't fair, I wanna know, where's my father at? Why did he leave me all alone? Where's my father at? I know that there's a good reason why he had to go, but I need my dad. I need my dad. 'Cause a part of me is missing. Nothing like a father's love. He can teach me how to be a man, and you can't replace that. No, you can't. I need my dad. My dad. A part of me is missing. Ain't nothing like a father's love. A father's love. No, for his child. You can't replace it. You can't replace it. Don't waste it. Yes, I love my mother, but it's nothing like a father in your life. Nothing like who gives you good advice, and maybe I'll end up with everything, but I would give it all away for a day with my father. I need my dad. I need my dad. A part of me is missing. Yes, it is. Ain't nothing like a father's love. A father's love. Oh, yeah. You can't replace it. You can't replace it. Don't waste it. Don't you waste good love. I need my dad. That's a part of me that I need. Yeah. Nothing like a father's love. No. You can't replace it. Don't waste it. Oh.
So we're back again for our 7th annual Dads Matter 2 conference. We're excited and ecstatic to be here. I'm not going to be before you long. We have an action-packed day with phenomenal presenters, speakers, master ceremony. So we're going to be handing over the reins to the master ceremony in a bit. And Jen will talk about some of the logistical things that will help us guide us through the next couple of days. I just quickly want to give a little backdrop as to how we got here and how we got to this title. So after last year's conference, we had a follow-up session, the committee, we kind of get a little critical of ourselves, and we think, well, maybe we could have done this different, or maybe we could have done that different. And we were happy and pleased with the evaluations and what people had to say about the product that we put out last year. But the conversation quickly turned to some of the systemic issues and some of the practice things that we've seen, not just here in Connecticut, but even nationally. And we talked about men, and not necessarily fathers per se, but men, and the perception of men, and how the perception of men can be taken out of context from the perspective of men having quote unquote shaky backgrounds and criminal histories and potentially being perpetrators of IPV and all of those things. But we also believe as social workers, we work in a field where people have the ability to rehabilitate. And if we use the lens that fathers or men are a risk, then it creates barriers for them to have more meaningful relationships with their children. So we wanted to highlight and focus on that today, that we need to learn to assess and assess again and ensure we're providing the proper services for the fathers and families that we serve to help move these men from being viewed as a risk to an actual resource for their children. We all know, you hear this every year at the Fatherhood Conference, when you eliminate father and you take father out of the child's life, then you're moving half of that child's history, background, culture, everything is being removed from that child's life at the same time. And that's not fair to that child. So it's incumbent upon us to sort of mitigate those issues and put our best foot forward in terms of engaging men, getting them in the appropriate services that they need to help them rehabilitate, so we can reunite them with their children and make them a viable resource. And before I pass it over to Jen, I just want to do a couple of quick thanks. I want to first and foremost thank our commissioner and our administration for supporting us in our seventh consecutive year. We did not let COVID beat us. We found a way to get it done, and we're back virtually. We understand the virtual fatigue that comes along with being in front of computers for the last couple of years. So once again, we've decided to break our conference into 2 separate days to allow for people to sort of get in and out of this conference and still be able to get some of the work done that they need to get done. Additionally, I want to give a big thank you out to the planning committee. I think we pulled this together, and we have a phenomenal cast for you over the next couple of days. I also want to thank all of the FELTs, the Fatherhood Engagement Leadership teams across the state of Connecticut, and Steve Smith, Abdul Muhammad, as tri-chairs, along with Chris Lau, and for overseeing the work and pushing the fatherhood work forward as an agency as a whole. And there's a couple other partners that I want to thank, and then I'll turn it over to Jen. I want to thank DSS, Tony Junkins, and Diane DeTuno for their support and their help, and the work that we've been able to do collaboratively through the Connecticut Fatherhood Initiative. And lastly, but not least, we want to thank CCSU for all of their years of support. Although we're not physically in the building this year, they're still supporting us like as if we were in the building. So to Father Gill and all of those folks at CCSU, once again, we thank you so much for all your support. And with that being said, I look forward to today, and I hope you all enjoy what we've been able to put together for you in terms of the 7th annual Dads Matter 2 conference. So Jen, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, thank you. So as you can see, today we have a jam-packed schedule, and we are going to do our absolute best to stay on time. We're also recording the conference, so if anything, please feel free to ask for the recording. And if you missed anything, we'll make sure you get to see it. So right now, we're going to play a special message that we received late last night. And Suzanne, if you can't hear it, please let me know.
Mother's Day in the Lamont household is a really big deal. Father's Day, not so much. So that's why I'm really here to help celebrate Dads Matter too. I appreciate what you're doing. Look, I've got 3 kids myself, as do a lot of you. I can tell you that sometimes your son or daughter, they need a dad who's a friend and a buddy and often they need a father and somebody who can help provide an example and a shoulder to lean on. Thanks for being good dads and good fathers.